Hello and welcome to Busting the Narrative. I'm James Morrow, and this week we're going to talk about the difference between expectations and reality. Now, this week the left had something that was pretty much the political equivalent of buying something really disappointing from Wish happen to them. You see, this was the week that the walls were supposed to finally be closing in on Donald Trump, who was going to be forced to pay hundreds of millions of dollars over a bogus fraud charge. And if he didn't, he'd start seeing his properties surrendered to the state of New York. But that's not quite what happened, and the media is not happy. Let's find out more as we go busting the narrative. Well, let's remember what happened a few weeks ago. This was when Letitia James, the Attorney General who ran on an explicitly Get Trump platform, was gleeful when she talked about the prospect of seizing some of Trump's most iconic assets.
If he does not have funds to pay off the judgment, then we will seek judgment enforcement mechanisms in court, and we will ask the judge to seize his assets.
Trump was held liable for exaggerating his wealth and inflating the value of his real estate so banks would give him low-interest loans. Trump insisted the banks liked doing business with him.
Financial frauds are not victimless crimes. He engaged in this massive amount of fraud, and it wasn't just a simple mistake, a slight oversight. The variations were wildly exaggerated, and the extent of the fraud was staggering.
What she didn't tell you was that the banks in that trial testified on Trump's behalf, and that the judgment against him in this highly politicized trial was entirely tailored to nobble the Republican candidate financially, violating a range of constitutional principles against extraordinary punishments and bills of attainder. At least some wiser heads like Frank Luntz knew this was a bad idea.
To remember this moment. And don't forget it. If the New York Attorney General starts to take his homes away, starts to seize his assets, it's all going to be on camera. Pundits are going to sit there and scream about this. This man cannot be elected. You're going to create the greatest victimhood of 2024, and you're going to elect Donald Trump. If they take his stuff, he's going to say that this is proof that the federal government and the establishment and the swamp in Washington and all the politicians across the country and the attorneys generals and all of this, that this is a conspiracy to deny him the presidency. He's going to go up in the polls just like he went up every single time they indicted him.
One of those wiser heads sat on a New York appellate court bench which slashed the fine against Trump and the bond as well, which he can now pay. Well, how's he going to do that? Let's let him explain.
We did nothing wrong at all, 100%, and that was proven, and everybody there said it was proven. All you have to do is read the legal scholars, and you see that it was proven. But we will continue with that, but we appreciate very much the decision of the appellate division. Thank you very much.
What's your collateral for the bond?
Cash.
And here's CNN breaking down just what happened.
He said he will pay this in the next 10 days. It's not clear entirely how, but it is way less than what he was initially believing he was going to have to put up.
This is huge, and we saw him head into this court hearing several hours ago. He barely spoke to cameras. He was sort of looking down, hunched over inside the court. He was facing a possibility that at the end of the day, the Attorney General of New York could start the process of seizing his assets, and now he has been handed this incredible win, this lifeline from the appeals court that says he only has to put up $175 million, not the nearly $500 million that he was unable to get either underwritten or post. And then they've also reined in some other aspects of that civil fraud verdict. He and his sons can continue to run businesses and seek loans in the state of New York. And they've also put off the Attorney General's ability to enforce this judgment until September.
Oh, but you know, this story, it gets even better. This week, Donald Trump took his Truth social media company public with a valuation of $9 billion. And since he owns around 58% of the company, well, you do the math. Remember, a week ago, the left thought Trump was going to have his assets seized by New York State and his ability to do business taken away. Now he's just become billions richer. Talk about an expectations gap. I'm James Morrow. Thanks for watching. And to like this channel and support it, please like, share, and support below. Bye-bye.